Hello, everybody.
What's Gucci?
Welcome to the show.
What's the deal? New era for the Knicks.
Oh, new head coach, right?
Yeah, new head coach today.
You said you like him. You told me that yesterday.
Yeah, yeah, I like this one. I think it'll be good. I mean, they've done this so many times that you're bound to hit you're bound to get one right after a while, you know?
That's a good philosophy. Well, whatever. Maybe at some point it'll be
They
good.
they said for the last since 2001 maybe or something, like every 2 years they've had a coach or something like that, something stupid like that.
Well, which one? I think we were both kind of upset when they let Woodson go, right?
Yeah, I mean, I was indifferent about Woodson
Okay, you
and
were indifferent.
yeah, I mean they had a whole bunch of GMs that I was mad that they let go. They let go of Donnie Walsh. Grunwald was another good one. Glenn Grunwald?
Glenn
Something like
Greenwald.
Glenn Greenwald was the general manager for the Knicks.
Glenn, that's impressive, man. You're a busy guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
But
I think I was upset about Woodson being let go because if I'm not mistaken, it was Woodson who was the coach when we got a little bit deep in the playoffs that year. But
yeah,
but you made the point that it was mostly because of Jason Kidd because we finally had a point guard who could put
yep.
everything together.
He had a veteran team that he didn't need to coach. You know, similar to any guy who coaches LeBron,
That's right.
you don't
Yeah.
have to coach him.
Man, how impressive is LeBron?
It's absurd. Even Tiger, did you see Tiger was talking about him
Yes,
today?
they asked him a question about it, and he kind of riffed on it for a while. But like,
You're talking about the greatest athletes in the sport to one of the greatest athletes, and he subtly was giving answers about himself
exactly,
while
that's what I
not.
was just gonna say. It was about both like him and LeBron. He was
Yeah,
like, "Yeah, as you get older, you have to figure out a new way to do it because you're not as athletic as you were when you were younger." And
yeah. He's
everybody
like, what
knew.
makes somebody legendary is withstanding over a period of time. You
Yes,
know, doing it for decades. And I'm like, yo, just come out and say all the shit you've done, son.
yeah, exactly.
We're with you here.
From
You're Tiger Woods.
1997 till 2013, he dominated golf,
Yeah.
which is like wowzers.
But his shit now is almost a little bit show us you could do it when you're older too, you know, because a lot of these greats, LeBron's in his 15th season, Gretzky went out when he was old as fuck, Jeter was old as fuck, so Tiger, he's not 50, he's around the
No,
age that Kobe
42.
was at.
He's 42. Phil Mickelson won the British Open at age 43, but Phil didn't have fucking 4 back surgeries.
Yeah,
But then again, Tiger won after he had knee surgery a bunch of times. He won after that.
but this is if he wins now, it's almost it solidifies his shit. I mean, he's already solidified.
That's what I was gonna say. Is I actually think that the greats, believe it or not, are underrated. I think Kobe Bryant is massively underrated, and he's overshadowed by since MJ had 6 rings and Kobe only got to 5. He's kind of forgotten. But Kobe, I think he's underrated. I think LeBron is probably underrated. Even though everybody recognizes they're great, you don't really get how great they are. You don't really get it. Nobody really gets it. There was the other day I went to Tiger Woods' Wikipedia page, not his Wikipedia page. It's a separate Wikipedia page that's Tiger Woods' accomplishments, and I read through it all. The list is just never ending.
Yeah,
It just never ends.
yeah.
It just kept going, and I was like, I don't.
Even if you just add on shit Nickelodeon Kid Choice Awards and shit like that, he's probably won so many useless awards.
Oh,
On top of it.
this was legit accomplishments.
Yeah.
This wasn't that kind of shit. But yeah, I think he already proved with the fact that he came in second already after his 4th back surgery. He came in second already at a tournament, and he came in 7th at a different tournament. And even when he plays shitty, he's been playing shitty the past 2 tournaments. He still made the cut. People are forgetting. Maybe his most impressive, one of his most impressive achievements was he holds the all-time cut record on the PGA Tour. So the way it works in a golf tournament, Thursday and Friday, those are the first 2 days of the tournament, and then, Thursday, Friday, yeah, and then Saturday and Sunday is when they conclude. But after the first 2 days, they cut the field in half. So you could be a professional golfer and make no money because you could just miss the cut every week. So then they won't be a professional golfer for that long because they can't fucking afford. I mean, it really is really difficult. So he made like 142 cuts in a row.
Yeah.
Meaning for 142 tournaments, 142 weeks, he never finished in the bottom half of the field. And these are the best players in the world. That's like fucking mind-boggling.
Yeah.
You know, there was another time he won like 7 tournaments in a row, which again is that's not a thing. Like that's not a thing that happens when you're playing
like LeBron.
Against... Exactly.
This is going to be his 8th Eastern Conference Finals in a row. Like,
and he takes everybody there. It doesn't matter. You could, like I told you, The Onion had a joke article the other week where it was like, LeBron thanks Cavaliers management for having 4 other human bodies on the court so that they don't forfeit to the other team or something like that.
SNL did a funny skit. I don't know if you saw it. It was Cut for Time this week, but it was just like LeBron and 4 schlubs like in the promo, and they were like hyping him up, and they're like, I run the pick and roll with LeBron. I pick up his laundry and then I roll it over to his house after the games. It was a good skit.
That's what it is. He's playing with a bunch of fucking idiots who don't know how to do anything.
But people are impressed, and I just thought of this right now, but people are impressed with, I guess sports is different because you're using your body and you're physically like, you know, putting yourself out there. Whereas in any other profession, someone who's older and more experienced is typically known to be like, you know, better at something.
Yes.
Whereas in sports, it's like you see LeBron in his 15th season.
Because they're not as athletic anymore, so people think. But even on that front, LeBron is kind of a freak.
Yeah, but you would think because they played so long and they were good at a young age, they'd almost be better just off of the fact that, like, mentally they know ins and outs of the games better. Or
well, yeah, they know all the nuances. They know all the
exactly.
things that when you're in your first, second, or third year and you're new out there, you're just running and gunning and going off sheer athleticism.
Yep.
And then there's guys who are intelligent. That's another thing they say about LeBron is that he has one of the highest basketball IQs of anybody ever.
Yeah, he's a smart guy.
Yeah.
But it would be a fun test to see if they just pulled a random person from the crowd to fill in for the coach, like for a series. Like the NBA Finals against the Warriors, they just pull in some random schlub who wins like a contest.
They could conceivably be this far if they got rid of J.R. Smith and gave you J.R. Smith's spot.
Yeah.
Like they could conceivably be this far.
Even though J.R. played well, he did an interview right after they swept, and he was talking about playing golf. But they were like, how green is your light right now? Like when you play, like referencing like, you know, can you shoot any shot that you want? He was like, it's not as green as what I'm about to hit tomorrow. And like everybody thought he was talking about smoking weed. But he was talking about because he's so into playing golf.
Oh, that's funny. So I didn't get it at first. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah. But like the way he was talking, like everyone knows JR is just smoking weed.
Oh, hell yeah.
That
But he loves golf. He really loves golf.
He's really into golf.
There's a bunch of them that are. Steph Curry's really into it, and he's good. He's good. Andre Iguodala plays too, but he's not nearly as good as Steph.
And I know Tony Romo plays.
Tony Romo tries to qualify for the U.S. Open like every year.
Yeah, is he good?
He's really good as a club player, like he could be a club champion somewhere, which is nothing to scoff at. Like he's good. But no, he's not good enough to compete with the big boys. Mm-hmm. But even like I was saying that about Steph. Everybody probably remembers on Kyle and Corin. I was talking about like there's no way he's going to make the cut, and he didn't make the cut. But I honestly thought he was going to shoot in the 80s, and he didn't. He shot like 74 or something, which is really fucking good. Mm-hmm. Which like I'll put it this way: I've been playing golf almost my whole life, and I'm pretty good. But he would have wrecked me. He would have wrecked me. So,
yeah, I mean, any professional athlete. But if you put him in another, you don't think if you put him in any other, probably not swimming. A lot of NBA guys aren't good at swimming.
MJ plays golf. I could fuck him up at golf.
You think so?
Yeah, he's not good.
But he supposedly bets a lot of fucking money.
He says he's good and he thinks he's good. He's not good. They had he used to play in like the Pebble Beach Pro-Am or whatever. Mm-hmm. And where they have like celebrities and then the pro golfers. Yeah. And apparently they number one, they only showed his good shots. But number two, you could tell right away when you look at a golfer, like if there's even a remote possibility of them being good at that moment. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like you could tell, you could see it in their swing, like how grooved their swing is, how much control of the club they have. And MJ just looks like like a hacker, like a weekend hacker, which is kind of crazy when you think about it, because a guy who's arguably the best ever in one sport, and like you put him in this other sport, and he just doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. But
I'm not surprised he probably thinks he's the best, because I mean he was the best at another sport, so anything else he probably plays, he probably thinks he's the shit at.
Oh yeah, he's got that competitive mentality.
Mm-hmm.
But if he's being ruthlessly honest with himself, he would admit that he kind of sucks at golf.
Mm-hmm.
But it's always like, if I were to try to pick a golf club and swing lefty, I could try to start the game over again, like, and try to build up from scratch again to get good, because it just swinging the opposite way of what you normally swing is like, that's how hard it is for everybody when they first start golf. Like, you just can't.
I can't swing that shit.
Fucking impossible. Oh, before we go any further, let's do the polls, because we didn't do the polls.
Oh, we haven't done polls since like 88.
So you said Cool Ranch versus Nacho Cheese Doritos.
Yeah. I'm Cool Ranch, 100%. I knew a lot of people on the nacho cheese side of the... that's so weird. A Chalupa commercial just came on. And I remember when Taco Bell did their... they did the shell. They did like a nacho cheese and a Cool Ranch shell. Mm-hmm. The only time I think nacho cheese would be better is in a Taco Bell shell. I don't think it works Cool Ranch for the Taco Bell shell.
So here's my thing. I like nacho cheese better.
Really?
Yeah, but nacho cheese is about to get fucked up by Cool Ranch.
Yeah, seriously.
It's about to get fucked up by Cool Ranch.
The fact that they get all those colors on one little chip is a little impressive also. Those little like sprinkled green,
I love
red,
how we
blue.
eat shit. We don't even know what the fuck we're eating.
I know.
That could be anything. They could say, "Oh, that's fucking arsenic," and we'd be like, "All right."
I've heard a rumor that like the reason Corona is yellow is because it's made in some dirty factory in the bottle. Like, did you ever hear that rumor about Coronas?
I never heard that, but that sounds like bullshit, because all beer is yellow.
No, like something with the pipes in the Corona factory or something, and that's the reason why something or other. There's some myth about Coronas that was that, but like. All these factories, you don't know what the fuck goes on. I mean, like, I heard a story of someone drinking from a soda can, and they got poisoned because there was like rat piss on the top of it or something.
Well, listen to this, man. There was a time I had a Sierra. What is it? Sierra Nevada or something like that. The name
Sierra
of a
Mist?
beer? No, it's a beer, like Sierra Nevada, something like that.
Sounds familiar. Yeah.
Something like that. And I had it. And I finished it, and then I looked in the bottle, and it looked like there was a fucking little rat in there.
Stop it.
Swear to God. But what had happened? No. But this is what happened. I drank it, I finished it, and then I had left it like out on the dresser or something. And then when I woke up in the morning, and then like halfway through the day, I picked it up and I was going to put it in the fucking recycling or whatever. And that's when I looked in and I saw it. And I was like...
that shit can't get in the bottle. How does that...
I was like, there's a 50% chance I drank this with this dead rat inside, and it was at the factory, it got in there somehow. And then, but there's a 50% chance it somehow got in the bottle. To like get
Unless you were like super fucked up. And
I had never seen a rat ever. This was way back when I used to live in my mom's basement. I never saw a rat ever. And I didn't think there were any rats there. So I thought there's a good chance that shit was in the bottle when I drank it dead. And then I was literally thinking about suing them. I was like, I might sue them. Because I thought I was going to get sick. I thought I was going to get like some fucking crazy illness from it.
Hell yeah.
It was a very, like, I was shook over that experience. I was shook.
I normally, the last thing that crosses my mind is suing, like, a company or suing somebody just because, like...
No, I literally considered it. I was like, if I get sick, I'm 100% suing.
I wouldn't even thought about getting sick. If I saw that shit, I would have first threw the fuck up.
I almost did, but it was, like, a day later or something, and I just, like... I literally... I didn't know if it got in there when I was done drinking it.
I don't care. They don't know that shit.
I know, yeah, I know.
I bought dog food once, a big-ass bag of dog food from Petco. Opened the shit up, and I guess this happens too, but there was like little maggot things like on all of the
you can't
on all of the little dog food things.
Can't even give that to your dog.
No, hell no.
Yeah.
I was like, I didn't write to the company or anything, but I went back to the store and I was like, what the fuck is this? They're like, yeah, sometimes the bigger bags, if they stay on the bottom of the shelves, they get those, and like, or
Ugh.
the batch could be bad from the factory. And I was like, give me a new bag. So I
Oh.
think I got a new dog food, or I don't even know. Maybe I just returned it and went to a different store or something. But that was disgusting. I opened the bag. I think I was feeding my dogs from it for a little bit. But like, you don't know what the fuck. These factories are probably disgusting, you
All
know?
this shit. Yeah, our food is not made in a way where like everything is so clean. And I mean, that was what that old famous book was about. The Jungle, was it called?
I don't know.
By Upton Sinclair. That was about like the meat industry in the U.S. and just how disgusting everything was. And by the way, the name is Sierra Nevada.
Yeah, but that's like a meat, like a lot of these bigger companies. Like I've been to a brewery tour in Milwaukee, and it was Coors Miller High
Mm-hmm.
Life.
Mm-hmm.
And the factory looked like pristine clean, but like they're also giving tours, so like that shit's gonna be top of the line and look clean as fuck, you know? But like some smaller end, like Heinz ketchup, I'm sure their factory is clean and on point. But like Hunt's bougie ass fucking ketchup, like the hood kind, that shit is not up to par because they're not giving any tours,
Anything
and that
that's
shit
mass
costs like
produced.
$1.50 left. Yeah.
And anything that's mass produced is going to be questionable, the origins of it. But even the shit that's not mass produced, like, we eat animals. So when you eat animals,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like, it already is not like a clean thing by its
But
nature.
I'm going beyond that. Like I saw when I went to Petco today to pick up dog food. The dude in front of me had like a Pizza Hut shirt on, like not some shit that you could like. It was like he worked at Pizza Hut,
Mm-hmm.
and like there was a little, you know, when you go to KFC and you buy like a chicken tenders and they put it in that little
Mm-hmm.
um
Yep.
like
Little
cardboard shit.
cardboard package, sure.
He had two of those on the counter, and I was like looking at it, and there was something like peeking its like mouth out through like the like little. There was like tiny little holes, and it said like live animal on it. He had like little mices in there, and it was just disgusting as fuck. And the kid looked like dirty, not judging him, but he didn't look like clean. And I was like, that dude is probably either just getting off of work at Pizza Hut or about to go do some weird shit with these mices, and then go to work. And I like Pizza Hut. So he's gonna fuck up my food because we're in the same town.
Oh, no. So, like, the guy who delivers the food from Pizza Hut
Got
has
like,
mice
the
in a
backseat of his car.
fucking cardboard thing.
Yeah, and like, what if he's delivering pies and has some shits right next to your shit?
Oh.
I'm skeptical of all food. Like,
But there's
soda
no way
cans are the
around
worst.
it.
I
Like,
clean the top of my shit.
we live in the world, so like there's no way around that. Like, shit is gonna be
No.
grimy.
I know.
But that was one of that jarred me, the little mouse story.
But you get over everything. Like, you probably told yourself the next day, like, I'm never having this beer ever again, and you're disgusted. But now, if someone gave you that shit, you probably have
No,
it, right?
I wouldn't drink it. I wouldn't drink it from there.
So if someone had a case of that shit, like you'd go out of your way to say like, nah, I don't drink
I'm not
that.
drinking that shit. No, I'm not drinking that shit. I mean, I've had experiences like that where my reaction has been like, nope. Like there was one time, I don't know if I've ever told this story on the podcast, but there was one time where I was sitting at home. I was probably in middle school at the time. I was sitting at home. I was eating a ham sandwich. And in the middle of me eating the ham sandwich, I felt like I was having a heart attack. It felt like the best way to describe it is like an extreme cramp right over your heart. That's what I felt. And I panicked. I didn't know what to do. I thought for like a minute and a half, I'm like, I'm good. But then like it came back even stronger, the feeling. And I was like, fuck. Called my mom. My mom didn't answer. I think she was at work.
Uh-huh.
Then I called somebody else and they didn't answer. Then I called one of my friend's parents, and she came and picked me up and took me to the hospital. And they hooked me up to they like put me on an EKG thing, and they fucking they went through everything. And then like an hour later, the pain went away. I don't remember if they gave me a morphine drip or not. If they did, that would be why the pain went away. But anyway, this is a long way of me saying ever since then, I've never had a ham sandwich.
I guess a traumatizing event like that would fucking scare the shit out of me.
I think I've had sandwiches that have some ham on it, but other shit too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I never have had a ham sandwich just by it. Like the way
That's
I had a ham
wild.
sandwich that day, I never had a ham sandwich like that since then. And there's literally no way that those two are actually linked. But it's
That's
just
what
like,
I'm saying.
My
That
brain
was
made
my
the
point
connection.
last week with the car dealership shit. Like, you blamed it on the ham sandwich, but it could have been like 40 Big Macs from 2 weeks before that.
No, exactly. I didn't actually blame it on the ham sandwich. Even when it happened, I knew it was totally unrelated. But my body just naturally was like, well, it was just like a reaction where I just, at no time since then have I felt the craving for a ham sandwich or wanted to have a ham sandwich. So maybe on some subconscious level, my body was just like, nope, none of that. We're done with that. Weird.
It's fucking, yeah, that is weird. I have that with, I mean, I think people have that with, like, I don't eat tuna casserole just because that shit sounds disgusting, one. And two, because I think I had it one time and I think I just associate a bad smell with it. And it just, like, the word casserole freaks me the fuck out.
well, fish in general I find pretty disgusting.
Yeah, but there's like spinach casseroles. Like, there's no banging casserole. Like, you can't, there's no chicken parm casserole. Like, if the word casserole comes at the end of it, it's because it's some fucking shit that nobody wanted to make. So they're like, turn it into a casserole.
Well,
Like, what other casseroles are there? There's fucking, like, there's spinach casserole. There's tuna casserole.
I usually feel that way about meatloaf too, though.
No, fuck. Nah, meatloaf's my shit.
I always think, like, that's never number one on my list. Like, I'm never like, damn, I really want some meatloaf right now. That's filed in the same category as casserole with me.
I don't know, man. That's
Even meatballs. I don't even like.
damn.
balls.
You're sort of bugging on those two, like, because you could put some mashed potatoes with
The
that
shits
shit.
are
You could put
heavy,
some
man.
corn.
Like when I have meatballs or meatloaf, it's like I feel like it's like heavy. It's like a mix of all these different meats, and then later on you burp and it fucking tastes disgusting, and you're like, why did I eat that disgusting shit?
Well, it depends on what type of. There's some meatloafs that, like, they put like vegetables in it and carrots, and it's too much shit.
Every meatloaf I've ever had has that shit in it.
Oh, I got to make you a meatloaf. I just do meat, so I memorize my fucking meatloaf recipe now.
Wait, you cook meatloaf?
Yeah, on regularly.
When did you become a grown-ass human being?
No, that's the only shit. That's like the only shit I cook. Like,
That's on some shit. That's like me. I'm like, yeah, I could do pasta now, and I could do
Yes.
eggs, and that's it.
it's almost too easy. It's like stupid proof. Like, I actually last week almost fucked up because all the fire alarms were going off in my house. Because I try to get funky with it. I put too much breadcrumbs because I like a little crunchy.
That happened to me once too, and the fire department came to the house at like 6 o'clock in the morning.
They came. I just took the smoke detector off.
They came, man. It was like 6 o'clock in the morning. This is back in like college, and I had just been out the night before,
Yeah.
and so I was like drinking and stuff. And then I came home, couldn't sleep, and then I fucking went to go. I forget what I was trying to cook, but it was something stupid, like something I had no fucking business cooking. Like I tried to pan fry some shit, and then
Like, try to get like your hibachi on.
right, something like that. And then it got out of control, and then the fucking alarms went off, and I was like panicking, like, how the fuck do I turn off? Dude, I like woke up the neighborhood. It was like 6 in the
Jeez.
morning on like a Saturday.
That's terrible.
Oh, it was terrible. And then when they came, I felt so stupid. Like, I just felt so dumb. Like, it's like they showed up and knew, too. Like, they didn't even say shit. They just walked in, and they went right to turn it off, and they were like, all right, man, see you.
Yeah. They
like,
must
they
have
knew.
that reaction, though, with everybody. Like, when you hear, like,
Yeah, 90%
the ones
of
that
the
aren't
time.
fatal, but, like, they're like, this fire started from a hair straightener that was left on in the bathroom or some shit. You know, like, and then if there is no fatalities and it's just like your smoke detector is going off, they come in their house. And one, it's mad awkward. They came to my house one time because the smoke alarms came off, and like they were unsure if they can come. Like, there was one police officer with them too. So like the firefighters came in the house like with their boots and shit on and just started walking the fuck around. I was like,
same when this happened.
first off, like, what the fuck, man? Like, and then there was a police officer that like was sort of unsure if he was allowed to come in or not. Walked in my shit, went upstairs. I was like, what the fuck are you doing? Like,
Yeah.
why are you here?
Yeah.
And it like you get nervous. Like, you're like, can I get in trouble for these people coming to my house? Like, you know?
Yeah, I felt stupid. I tried to take it off. I couldn't take it off. It just kept waking everybody up.
Well, sometimes it hits you with like you try to take it off, and it hits you with like a nah, fuck you, son, because you take it off, and then there's like that battery thing that pops up, and it like is like just like a prick, like a straight red line shit. So if the fire department does come and they see you took the shit off with that, like if you take it off, it pops up, so like you can't put it back in. So it's almost like, we got you, motherfucker. We knew you tried to take this shit off. So the firefighter is like, why are you taking this shit off?
Yeah, it should. There should be a way to just turn it off. I mean, I get that.
Yeah, but not really. I mean, like if there's a fire, you don't want to like just be like, no. But yeah, there should be a. That was just a warrant. Like it was a false alarm.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Because I was in control of everything going on in my house. Like I opened the back door.
Yeah.
I turned the vent on. But it was a little hot. But nothing that like shouldn't have set off the shit, you know?
Then there was one time where I tried to make pasta. This was before anybody ever taught me how to do it. And I just tried to do it, like wing it. And
pasta, you just boil water and throw that shit in there, right?
Yeah, but like I boiled the water and I cranked that shit all the way up. And then I like went away for a little bit and I cthen back in and that shit was like really going hard. Yeah. And then I poured the fucking pasta in there and then that shit started going all over the place and then the flame got bigger. And then I was like, oh fuck. And then I just turned it off and was like scared. And I was like, I fucked this up. And so I just wasted a box of pasta. That's how much. See, that's the thing that people don't get. And maybe many of you actually get it by this late date. But like, I'm an idiot with everything. Like, I can figure out, like, I'm good at, politics, but outside of that, like, I suck at math, I suck at science, I suck at life. I'm just useless.
Well, your problem was, like, you'd put the water on, like, you'd do everything you need to do, but then you'd sit down and chill.
Well, no, I since learned how to do it. I learned how to do it now, and I'm good. I can make pasta easy now, but I just wasn't controlling the flame right. And I'm such a dumbass that, like, I turned the flame all the way up, and then, like, in my panic, I didn't even realize that, like, turning it halfway is an option. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was either on or off, and, like, I was such a dumbass, and I had never done it before, that I was just like, I guess I fucked this up, and I can't, like, fix it. It's like, no, idiot, just crank down the fucking flame, like, halfway, and just control the boil, and you'll be all right.
Yeah.
So
There's
stupid.
some shit, yeah. I'm impressed by people who could, like, my cousin could throw down in the kitchen. Like, he came to my brother's apartment one time, and like, my brother's good cook too, but my cousin came and like, it was like a 5-star. Like, he was mixing shit and doing shit and putting shit in the pan and like,
because he's interested in it.
Fucking,
he like took the time to learn about it because it was something he was interested in learning about, like cooking. Like, there's an art to it and everything. Yeah,
but it's just like, when you do your show and you prep for it, you don't have to clean up afterwards. Like, cooking, you gotta, like, there's so much that goes into it, like buying the shit, looking up recipes, making the shit, waiting for the shit to cook, cleaning up the shit, eating the shit. Like, there's so much shit that goes into just like that. You're just like all for one meal. So like, you could have one banging piece of chicken.
And then you're gonna have to cook like this fucking 2 more times in the same goddamn day. After a week, you're like, I never want to eat again.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you do all your shit pre-show, and you get like a 2-hour show out of it. Like, you someone eats, it's like you could house that shit in 5 minutes and be like, yeah, that was banging. Thanks a lot. I'm still hungry though. You got more? And it's like, nah, it's just spent 4 hours cooking this one piece of meal. That's all you're getting.
And then I'm spoiled. Like, my Italian mom spoiled the shit out of me. With, like,
your mom feels like she has got patience to like cook a whole fucking banging meal.
Well, I mean, she made my food until I was like 14, maybe 12 or 14, and then from 12 or 14 I was on my own, but I just went right to microwave shit at that point. So like, I was spoiled to that point, and then I wasn't interested enough in like cooking to learn how to do it in any serious way. And so then it's just always been like me being kind of a traditional, like, old school masculine idiot who like doesn't learn about cooking, doesn't know about cooking, and just kind of eats whatever the fuck's around him.
That's how I am. But even the most basic shit that people are like, well, meatloaf, I gotta defend meatloaf. Like that shit is almost the bare basics. I take 2 pounds of meat, put 1 cracked egg in that shit, 2 dashes of Worcestershire sauce,
Worcestershire.
Worcestershire sauce, breadcrumbs, pound that shit into a fucking floppy looking meatloaf looking shit.
What shape is it?
Like meatloaf shape. That's its own shape.
So it looks like a pound cake type shit?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, just like, yeah.
Ooh, pound cake. I want pound cake.
Pound cake's good too.
Yeah, I
but
haven't had that shit
is
forever.
easy to make. Cleanup is a little bit of a bitch because there's grease in it and it stays to the bottom.
Yeah.
But I want to learn how to cook chicken cutlets, but that shit is too much. Like,
I'm pretty sure if you can do meatloaf, you can do chicken cutlets pretty easy. Because you just got to put the egg on it and bread it, I think, and then put it in the oven.
yeah, but there's too many. Like, you got to take the chicken out, dip it, bread it. Like, there's still too many steps for me.
You're talking to the king of fuck it. I'm the king of that.
That's why ramen noodles were my shit. Just add some water, throw it in the microwave, and keep it moving.
Yeah, that's cup of noodles. You did cup of noodles or ramen noodles?
There's cup of noodles and ramen. Ramen was the same shit. You put it into a boiling water pot.
Yeah, you put it into boiling water pot. That's what that is. Okay. Yeah, I've had more cup of noodle than ramen noodles. Cup of noodles are pretty good. You could pop that
cup
in the
of noodles.
microwave.
In college, I did a lot of cup of noodles, but as I grew into an elder statesman, I upgraded to ramen noodles.
That is a slight upgrade because you got to put it in the boiling pot.
Yeah, there's a little bit
cup
more.
of noodles, you just put it in the paper fucking cup right into the microwave after you pour some water in there, and you're all set. And you put it in for like 2 or 3 minutes, let it boil over a little bit. That's how you know it's done, when it boils over.
Yeah, exactly. When your microwave is all fucking like got soup on the bottom of that shit.
Yeah, that's my trick. It's like, oh, it's boiling over. All right, I'm done. And then you just take a paper towel, clean it up a little bit, you're all set.
They would have cup of noodles in the vending machines, and I would always want those shits, but they would have like shrimp flavor, and I would be like, no one's eating that shit.
Yeah, you can't even eat that shit because fish has to be fresh.
Yeah, and the beef flavor, that was whack too. Chicken was the only shit I really fucked with.
I could fuck with beef or chicken.
Uh-huh.
But I think there was one time I had like a beef broth soup when I was a kid, and then I threw up like after it. So I haven't had beef as much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were you a little? I was a little tight that like the fire department, even though they were helping me, still just felt the freedom to just like walk into my shit like they own my shit.
I just remember feeling massively embarrassed. Like I had to go downstairs and like put on pants and a shirt. So I'm like, well, fire department will actually be here any minute now.
And their lights are all bright and shit when it's dark outside, and like the whole
so fucking loud.
People come outside their house and like are looking.
It was so loud, man. It was so bad. Ugh, what a shameful experience.
I once had at my house in New Rochelle. I once had the end of a drug chase. Like the car crash ended right in front of my house.
I don't remember this. When was this?
Yeah, this was like
high school.
No,
had to be earlier, right?
No, I think college.
Oh, okay, so later.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Like the guys like abandoned their car right in front of my house, doors open, and like threw all their drugs at whatever. Like, and I think they were chasing after the people, like trying to find them. So I came home one night. I think I was probably out with you. I think we were like drinking. I came home. I was a little tipsy. They had the police tape on the whole block.
Oh.
So I'm thinking like, this is my fucking house. I'm going in that shit. Like, fuck them. Walked right under the tape, like went right to my door. The policeman's like, what are you doing? Don't you see the tape? I'm like, this is my fucking house. Like, and I was like getting loud with him.
What'd he say? He had to
they
back
didn't give me
off.
A ticket or anything. Yeah, he backed off a little bit, but like I was pushing it a little bit because this is a crime scene. And like, but
it's your house. You have to be able to go to your house.
I was so confident that like, no, this is my fucking house. Whatever you say, fuck you. Like, you're on my shit right now, dude. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
So he didn't really fuck with me, but like, he almost wanted to, but it was wild. They were like chasing these people, and the car was like stopped with the doors open right in front of our house.
God damn, I don't remember that. I feel like you would have told me that.
Yeah, I think there's probably news articles out on it.
Well, at the place where I grew up, I heard that there was it was a townhouse, and it's mostly old ass people.
Mm-hmm.
But there was like one house there that was bought by like a top drug guy.
Really?
And they were making, I don't know if it was, well, I don't think it was meth, but they had like a shitload of drugs there, and I think they were like making it too. Like making.
That's what's up.
That's what I thought. I was like, damn, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But I forget how they got caught. It was an interesting story as to how they got caught. I don't remember what happened, but there was a drug bust there. And I was like, God damn, that's the place where I fucking grew up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's so wild.
Yeah. There's a lot of wild shit like that. I mean, like, I try to think like this Waffle House dude who like,
the hero guy. Yeah.
The hero guy. Yeah. I try to think if I was in that situation, like if I would do some shit like that, but I definitely wouldn't.
I don't know. I don't think I would either. Because, like, I feel like, so everybody has a fight or flight response.
Yeah.
And I feel like my gut, if I see somebody shooting, I feel like everything in me would be like, get the fuck away.
Yeah.
Get away, get away, get away, get away, get away. But on the flip side, if he's lighting people up and you're hiding,
and you see him reload or something like that,
and you see him starting to reload, that might be enough to just fucking go tackle. And you would be so pumped up on adrenaline. If you decide to fight, then you're so fucking pumped up on adrenaline that you're just going to not even fucking feel pain as you're fucking the guy up. But then he might also, since he's fucking shooting people, he might have an adrenaline rush too. So it's two adrenaline rushed out motherfuckers going at it.
Yeah.
But this guy grabbed the barrel of the gun when he was reloading, which burned the fuck out of his hands, pulled it away from him, and then the guy ran.
Yeah. And they said the guy was naked too.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Weird as fuck.
Man.
Because I saw him on Ellen, and she like side noted it. She was
not
like,
the naked killer, the other one, the hero.
And he was like, yeah, I was wrestling him on the floor and this and that. And she was like, yeah, and he was like naked, right? And he was like, yeah, I wasn't even thinking of that at that point. But like, you still got to wrestle a naked dude on top of trying to take his gun away.
Insult to injury right there.
Yeah.
That's crazy because honestly, man, that shit can happen anywhere in the United States of America. If it can happen in a random Tennessee Waffle House, and that shit has happened in fucking churches, that shit has happened in malls.
Yep.
That shit has happened so many places that it can happen anywhere.
That's why I try to never leave my house and do shit. But like with my job, I'm forced to go to the city every day and take the train. So now I'm like vulnerable.
Well,
to,
not
like,
every day anymore. You do have some.
Not every day. I work from home some days, but like other days I have to take the train in and be in Union Station, which is just like overcrowded and popular, and I have to interact with people. And like it makes me think of when I went to the movies with my brother one time. There was a dude on his cell phone talking, just being like whatever. And my brother was like, that's why, like, he didn't get mad, but said to me, I think, that's why I hate going to the fucking movies, because like just people are so disrespectful, and like, you know, like you can't control other people, you know, like people are going to be dickheads. They're going to pull their cell phone out, even though it says don't pull your cell phone out. Like, so if you never put yourself in those situations.
Yeah. Don't exist, and then there'd be no problems.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, don't go to Waffle House. Don't eat.
Don't eat. Don't do anything. Just fucking. Damn. Speaking of the shooting thing, that reminded me. I saw an article about how. Listen to this, man. They did a prank. People did a prank to promote a movie where they ran into a mall dressed like ISIS.
Oh, come on, man.
They did that in Iran, and in Iran. There was just a terror attack in their parliament like last year or something like that, or 2 years ago maybe, where 17 people died. ISIS like stormed their parliament and started lighting people up. And so these guys fucking ran into a mall dressed like ISIS, and people were screaming, everybody was fucking terrified, and they were just doing it to promote a movie. Like, how fucking stupid.
That's the dumbest fucking shit I've ever heard.
Yeah, like, at least like with Jackass, when they were doing Jackass shit, they were just hurting themselves.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like they were just fucking putting themselves in danger. And if they fucked up, they'll break their leg or something.
Yeah.
But when you're fucking making other people think there's an ISIS terror attack and it's the last moments of their life, holy shit.
Yeah, there's, I mean, I don't know what the laws are in fucking Iran or whatever like that. It's probably chaos over there anyway. But that should be against the law, like yelling fucking fire or wherever in a movie theater or some shit.
I don't know if they're gonna arrest those guys. I mean, I would imagine they probably take that pretty seriously because they don't.
Yeah.
They just got attacked last year or the year before that. So
and that's like some extreme shit. That's not like
literally, as far as pranks go, that's one of the worst you could do. That's one of the worst things you could do to other people. Because even in the U.S., it's illegal to do a direct threat of violence. So, like, if violence seems imminent, like, if you're saying, like, I'm going to fucking kill you and I'm going to do it right now, like, that's actually illegal, even though we have freedom of speech. I mean, if you're storming a mall dressed as ISIS, and if somebody fucking decides to stab you or somebody decides to shoot you, that's fucking fair game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's on you.
Like that, nobody would convict that guy. Nobody would convict that guy.
Yeah,
because he reasonably thought that you're about to fucking kill everybody.
There's no benefit. Pranks in general, just like outside of the worst like ISIS pranks in general are just fucking stupid. You don't gain anything positive from a prank.
Yeah, they're pretty
April
obnoxious.
Fool's Day is just fucking stupid as fuck too. Like,
you know what? I'm backtracking on this because I don't know if you ever used to watch it, but the Tom Green show from back in the day on MTV.
Yeah.
That shit always made me die laughing.
But what type of pranks was he doing?
Okay, so some of the shit he did was just stupid. It wasn't even pranks. It was just stupid, but it made me laugh. Like he would hump the dead moose.
Oh,
I've laughed so much of that.
That's not a prank.
But then there was this other one where he did this. He pretended to be a guy named Billy Bob, and he would like go interview people on the street, and he would talk like with a heavy Southern accent, and he would have like fucked up teeth in.
Yeah.
And he would go interview them, and he'd say, "Look, man, let me tell you about something like this right here." And then he would like almost start like harassing them. Like they would try to like walk away, and he would run back up to them and keep talking to them. And he'd be like, "Sugar, make it dance like this, make it dance like this." He'd start dancing in front of them. Like, he always did shit like that. And it always struck me as like borderline, like not harassment, but like you're so close to harassing people. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But you were okay with it?
I was okay with it, but I was a kid and I was laughing my ass off. But even if I watched it now, I'm sure I'd laugh. So I'm fine with it as long as it's not like fucking ISIS shit.
Like any type of like, I don't know. I guess pranks and comedy is different because a lot of my comedy, like myself, when I'm chilling with people, is making fun of people, and that's someone would say like that's sort of like a prank where it's like
but you're not doing it to them. You're not doing it to them. You're doing it among yourself. And
but I'll do it like if me and you were chilling, I'll make a joke about you to get laughed. You know, like what I'm saying?
No. Like you'll rip on somebody for like whatever, how they're dressed or
if you got some like crusty shoes on or something like that. Yeah, like just joking
fine.
around.
There's nothing wrong with that.
But like in reality, someone could be like, well, you're making fun of him to like get a laugh for your joke or something like that, whereas like
but I think the difference
is like
if it's
embarrassing them.
If it's in good faith or not in good faith. Like with Tom Green, it was in good faith in the sense that it's the audience knows what's going on here and they know what he does, but it's also not in good faith in that the people are not in on it.
Yeah.
So like if you fuck around with me, I'm in on it. Like I already know like you're fucking around with me.
True.
But if you're walking on the street interviewing people, like there's a famous one of this really old like irate guy, like really fucking angry, and he's just angry at life, you could tell. And like Tom Green interviews him, and he's being really polite, and he's like, "Sir, do you mind if I ask you where you're going today?" And the guy's like, "No, I'm not gonna tell you." And he gets like really angry at him.
I think I like remember that.
Yeah, and then Tom basically like keeps following him, and he's like, why won't you tell me? And he's like, get away from me! And he starts like swinging at him and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there are borderline things, but I don't know. I thought the Tom Green show was pretty funny.
Tom Green show was okay. I think Andy Milonakis for a couple shows
that was good
funny.
too. I thought that was funny too. Yeah.
Like he did more comical shit. Like I think I remember he set up like a lemonade stand, but with beer, and did like 25 cents, and people were getting mad at him.
He was less involved. I feel like a lot of his shit though was more. Tom Green was absurdist too, like an absurdist kind of comedy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Where like a lot of it doesn't make sense, but that's what's funny about it is that it doesn't make any sense at all.
Mm-hmm.
I like
just like both. A little weird too.
Is that guy still around? Andy Milonakis?
Tom Green? Oh,
no.
Monoculus?
Andy Milonakis.
I think so. Yeah, I think he does like music with some guy.
Don't do that.
No, it's like this white guy, Jody Hyro or some shit like
Be
that.
Andy Milonakis. Like, you're already locked in as being that dude. You can't be a
Yeah.
music dude.
No, but he always did songs and musics and shit. I think.
But it was funny.
Yeah, I think his shit he does now is still funny. It's not like
okay,
he's
it's still funny.
trying to be like genuine or some shit.
Okay. Yeah,
He's
Tom
not
Green is a
trying to make-
stand-up comedian now.
Is he funny?
He's doing stand-up. I don't know. I haven't really watched his stand-up comedy.
I haven't watched Chris Rock. Is Chris Rock funny?
I thought he was pretty funny. Like the older stand-ups he did. I haven't seen him do a stand-up in forever, but usually the older you go with him, the better they are.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Like the 90s ones are really good.
Yeah, I gotta watch his shit again because
I haven't seen it.
Borderline.
I haven't seen it since I was like 21, so like I probably should watch it again to see if my taste evolved or whatever. Mm-hmm. You know, when I remember what I thought was the funniest shit ever when I was a kid. Me, my sister, and my mom watched "Sweat the Small Stuff" by Kevin James, his stand-up comedy.
It was good.
I thought it was the funniest shit ever. I'd never laughed that hard in my life. But I remember watching it like 4 years ago, maybe. Mm-hmm. Didn't think it was that funny.
Yeah, there's so much shit. There was a movie I watched when I was younger called Only the Strong. And they did this Brazilian karate. Fucking cross him. I can't think of it right now. No.
Taekwondo? Aikido?
No, it's some weird shit. But whatever. Like, it was this teacher who was, I think he was in the Army or Marines or some shit. And he went to a school to teach. And there were like these bad gang. The school was really bad. And one of the kids' cousin was like a drug leader or something like that. And the teacher fights him at the school. And they have this whole beef. And then there's like these gangs. And back when I used to watch it, I was like, wow, this is the most badass movie ever. These high school kids are so like, they're so bad. And then I watched it like 2 years later. And the kids were like so fake bad. It was just like, I thought this movie was like a tough guy movie. Like the kids come into class and like, hey, teach, I'm not doing my work today. Like it was like a bad porno movie. Like,
yeah. You know what's weird is that I agree with you that movies change like that and comedy.
Capoeira is the thing.
Oh, okay. I never even heard of that.
Yeah.
I feel like movies I've had that experience and comedy I've had that experience, but I never had that with music. I feel like it stays relatively like I've really liked the song and then overplayed it and then been like whatever. But if I listen to some shit in like 2001 and I just haven't heard it in a while and then I hear it now, I'll be like, oh, this was my shit and I'll like it. Mm-hmm. But like it doesn't work like that with movies. Like you just described with movies, some shit you could have liked when you were a kid and then you're like, this shit is trash now.
Yeah.
And the Kevin James thing, I want to watch it again to see because I remember
I'm gonna try and watch that too, yeah.
Really liking it as a kid. And I just watched his new stand-up. And I was like, it's okay. It was okay.
I also get turned off when it like the quality's not good. You know, so like if that Kevin James shit, if it's like fuzzy looking, like there was a Jerry Seinfeld.
That doesn't bother me. That doesn't
really.
Bother me. No, I mean it's obviously preferable if it's better, if it's more HD, but it doesn't bother me.
Yeah, that shit could throw me off, even with like pornos when it's like a little like crustier looking and it's like fuzzy or something.
Well, it's funny. I've heard people make the opposite argument that HD porn is worse because you don't want to. Do you really want to see like every little fucking thing about somebody's asshole? Like get the slight discoloration and have it just in fucking perfect 4K? It's like no, because in real life you're not even fucking seeing it that clear. Like
I don't.
720 is good enough. Give me 720.
I'm weird like that where like even like I used to fuck with Joe Rogan shit all the time, but like he puts out so many episodes that like if it's 2 weeks later or something like that, I'm like, oh, that shit is so old. I'm not interested in that.
You've had that reaction? I've never had that reaction. But then again,
I had that with a lot of shit.
I don't really watch the MMA ones.
No, yeah, that stuff. But even outside of Joe Rogan, if something is like past a week or something like that, I'm like, oh, I don't want to hear what they're talking about. That shit was so
That's
last
funny because
week.
I've been having the opposite kind of reaction.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like I'll give you an example. The Masters has a YouTube channel now, and they released all the final rounds of their tournaments going back to like the 1980s. and I've been watching different ones. Like I'll watch. Like I was just watching the one from like 2008 the other day.
Yeah, but I feel like that's like I could watch some old NBA classic shit with like the Knicks and Bulls or something like that, like something I'm interested in.
Yeah.
But if they're talking about like recent issues,
then it has to be super recent.
It has to be super recent.
Okay.
Like, because my time, I feel like, is like if I'm gonna watch, like I tape Colbert every night, I DVR it, but I haven't had to watch it in like 3 weeks.
So like you're not gonna go all the way back to the
hell no. So I usually just delete all the shit and watch like the most recent one.
Yeah, because I hear you on that.
If he's talking a week ago about something Trump did, I'm like, all right, I already know like what the result of this shit is, you know?
Yeah. So the rule is, if something's really old, then it can come back to you being interested in it because it's like a historical thing.
Yes.
So but if something is recently old, then it's like, no, I would rather just see what's happening most recently.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of feel you on that. That makes sense. Yeah,
it's fucked up because I'll just clear my whole shit. It'll be like 30 episodes of Stephen Colbert. I'll look to see if there's anybody I like because I'll watch their interview. But if not, I just delete the whole shit and just watch the most recent one.
I got to do that. I got to clear all my fucking Bill Maher recordings.
Don't fuck with him anymore.
No, there's like probably 12 or 13 in there that I haven't watched. And I'm not watching all of them.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, that especially. I mean, because it's like Mars, like he's talking about shit that happened from the week before.
Yeah,
so
but
like,
I would have back when I liked him, I would have probably watched at some point.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I would have caught up. Like he would get a grace period of like whatever, maybe a year. Like I'll go back for a year.
Damn.
Yeah, but I'm not. No way now. Not a chance in hell.
Yeah, there's a lot of shit. I've been trying to listen to Bill Burr does like a podcast. It's like a Monday morning podcast, but he does it on like Mondays and Thursdays.
Oh, that's probably good. He's good. He's good. I like him.
It's literally just himself, and he talks for like an hour and a half or something like that.
Well, that's what secular talk is. That's what I do, but I'm talking about news shit. I'm talking about what's happening. He's probably just talking about anything.
Yeah, he talks about anything. I mean, a lot of like Bruins stuff, which like I'm not interested in hockey. But if it's Tuesday, I'll only listen to the Monday shit. Like I'm not going back to the Thursday one.
Yeah. Sure.
Like that's how.
There's too much content in the world.
That's what it is too.
Like you have to have your go-tos. Like a lot of people who listen to us, they have like a list.
Yeah, shout out to the people that listen to us, man, because there's so much shit out there that like, why the fuck would they want to listen to us?
Well, yeah, Kyle and Corin is kind of now its own entity in a way. It's not like secular talk is secular talk, but Kyle and Corin is like distinctly different. So I think you attract different audiences for both of them. Mm-hmm. But like people will have their go-tos. Like, okay, these are the 3 or 4 YouTubers or podcasts I listen to, and that's what they listen to. And then it's hard. You can't keep adding to the list because there's only so much time. So you added Bill Burr to the rotation. Yeah. That means maybe somebody has to get knocked off the rotation.
Yeah, sort of. It sucks, but Rogan sort of got knocked out of my rotation. I listen to Michael Rappaport.
You're not allowed to say that on this program.
I know, and I still listen to him.
Joe Rogan receives nothing but praise for allowing me on his wonderful.
For he's a good dude.
So you are not allowed to stop listening to Rogan.
but legit, when I took a road trip home, my wife she listened to the guy Dax something or other.
Oh, Dax Shepard or whatever his name.
Dax Shepard. He's got a podcast, and he had like Jimmy Kimmel on, and had Ellen DeGeneres was on some shit, and I was just like, there's so many, like you see on Twitter, like I'll get random follows from these things, and it's like Jack and Bill's podcast, and I'm just they'll have like 7,000 followers.
Fuck those people who get the high level guests, man. Fuck them, because like those people, you know what they're doing? They're trying to copy what podcasts are, but they're not really doing a podcast because they're just doing the same shit that you could do on a late night talk show. Like they're inviting the same super famous assholes to do it. Like at least Joe Rogan, he rolls the dice and he takes chances and he brings people on who he finds interesting, who might have no notoriety whatsoever. He brings on like hunting dudes, and I give him so much credit for that because it's like he's just talking to people he wants to talk to. Yeah. You know, none of it's fake is my point. Whereas with what you're talking about here, like if you have on Ellen DeGeneres on your podcast,
You're not getting
You
down
don't
to
really
want to
talk to Ellen DeGeneres. You're bringing on Ellen DeGeneres because she's Ellen fucking DeGeneres, and she's one of the most famous fucking people on the planet.
Yeah, and she's going to touch on the surface shit of her,
yes.
maybe her
she's not
gay
gonna tell you,
experience and all this stuff. She's not going to her parents and this and that and backstory. Like,
there's no way she's going to tell you, like Joey Diaz will tell you a story about how he ate some girl's ass at a hotel in like 1989. Like, she's not fucking going there.
That's why I saw the fucking, like, they were talking on Good Morning America this morning about the royal wedding and like who will get an invitation. And I was just like, regardless of who gets an invitation, no one fucking knows these people. Like, they don't have a friendship with them. It's so fake. It's like people who got invited to my wedding. They were invited to my wedding because I actually have a relationship with them.
Yeah.
Like, they were talking to Serena Williams. Like, are you going to get an invitation to the wedding? She's like, oh, I don't know, this and that. Well, it's like, you shouldn't get one. You don't have a fucking relationship with these people because nobody does. They've got security guards and like, you don't get to know them on
but
a deep
they will.
level.
They'll invite like Obama and shit.
I know.
Like Obama was really hanging out with them. Like,
that's what I'm saying. It's like, it's such a fake fucking world.
And you know what else made me think about this? The Met Gala. Did you see the pictures from the Met Gala?
That's another thing that like
that
is like,
shit is so pretentious. Oh my God. So the Met Gala, for people who don't know, it's this thing where they raise money for the Metropolitan Museum of Art and their costume exhibit or something, which is, I didn't know that was a fucking thing. A costume exhibit? Of all the things to raise money for, that's the shit like, oh, we need to fucking raise money for the Mets fucking costume shit. What the fuck? There's kids starving and shit. But so they invite, it's invitation only, and it's only for the most high profile people. And so you have nothing but a parade of fucking arrogant douchebags.
Yeah,
who are
wearing
self-important, wearing the most obnoxious shit. Now, to be fair to them, it's supposed to be, I guess, to an extent, like a little bit of a costume thing, but
no, fuck them.
Yeah, exactly. But fuck them because they look fucking ridiculous. And the thing that annoys me, Corin, is that they think they look hot. Like, they're wearing them goofy as shit. Katy Perry had on wings.
Yeah,
you know, people wearing these fucking preposterous hats that look like it's a, I don't even know, like a Lego maze or some shit on their head. Sarah Jessica Parker. Then there was somebody wearing a dress, some woman wearing a dress that looked like a fucking Turkish rug that she was wearing. Like, what the fuck are you doing? They think they're such hot shit, and it makes me, I don't understand why anybody wants to be an insider when they look at shit like that.
Yeah.
Like, all I want to do is be an outsider and be the person pointing at them and laughing at them and, like, making fun of them. Like, I want to be the one pointing out the people who are so self-important and mocking them, as opposed to being like getting a pat on the head from these fucking losers. Like, at what time? Like, I feel like at a certain time, when did being an outsider become, or when did these guys being the ultimate insiders, why did they think that's cool?
Yeah,
like
I don't know.
What led them to believe like that's what's cool, like being part of the crowd where everybody's fucking obnoxious and mega rich and like, I get the...
there's two worlds we live in. There's like the mega fucking rich, and then there's just the people that look up to that lifestyle. Whereas if you look up to that lifestyle and care about it, you're fucking like just a lame, like not living your life.
Yeah, that's the point I'm trying to make, is that like, I don't know why people would look at that and want to aspire to that.
That's
like,
what I'm
so
saying.
you
Like,
want to aspire to be a
Kardashians.
goofy-ass human being? Because that's what they are. They're like really self-important and they're fucking goofy as fuck, but they think they've reached like the pinnacle of humanity or something because they're invited to this event where and none of them give a fuck about the other ones there. Like, they pretend like they're all buddy-buddy and they're friends and they're fucking sipping wine together and shit, but they don't fucking care about...
They're all there for themselves.
Yes,
like,
they're all there for the
themselves.
status and the recognition and the, oh my God, they wrote something about me in Us Weekly.
Exactly.
Fuck out of here.
That's why there's so much shit like that. I watch, I don't know why I watch it because it's fucking terrible. But Kelly and Ryan Seacrest in the morning.
Oh my God. That has to be so bad.
It's so painful to watch that almost like when I want to change the channel, I'm almost like, I'm gonna miss some shit if I change this shit. Where it's so bad that I just have to watch it.
Ryan Seacrest might be the worst.
He is the worst. And all they do is go back and forth and talk about how fucking rich they are and how like they think they live a normal life and tell stories about that shit, but in reality they're not living a fucking normal life. Like she's like, I went to Central Park and there's nude people there, and I was gonna take a selfie with one of them. And I'm just like, why don't you like come out to my house and see my neighbor fucking cutting his grass with his fucking short shorts on and like some normal shit. Like shit we see every day. Like we see this every day. You don't got to tell me about it on TV. Like we've all been to Central Park and seen new people or seen a weirdo or some shit. Like the way they talk about these stories is like, oh, this happened to me. It's like that shit happens to us every day.
Son, I could explain to everybody here why Ryan Seacrest turned into the guy he turned into. So if you look at Ryan Seacrest now, what is he? He's the ultimate generic, banal, Mr. Announcer, Mr. Cool guy, go along to get along with all the rich and famous, and like just be like, hey man, look, I'm just a normal guy, bro. Like he tries to play that role, right?
Yep. We work out.
Here's exactly why he turned into that guy. I need everybody to Google Ryan Seacrest school picture. Ryan
was he a nerdy dude?
Seacrest school picture. Yes, the first picture that comes up. He was a nerdy, chubby dude. And so my theory on Ryan Seacrest is since he was a nerdy, chubby dude, he was an outsider, and he probably faced some bullying as a kid, which sucks. But he probably looked up to the asshole jock cool kids and was like, one day I'll show them, one day I'll beat them at their own game. And hey man, he beat them at their own game. Now he's the ultimate like jock.
He does every fucking show.
Vanilla guy, yeah. Like he's the exact like on my fucking tombstone. I wanted to say Kyle Kalinske, the opposite of Ryan Seacrest. That's what I wanted to say because he stands for nothing. He stands for nothing but go along to get along with the rich and the famous.
Yeah,
he's never said an interesting or original thing.
No. That's why I have more respect for a dude like Neil Patrick Harris or some shit like that who's been nerdy his whole life.
I don't know enough about that guy, but I would have thought he was an asshole too because he's in all these fucking sitcoms.
Yeah, I mean, he probably is, but I mean, I feel like he probably was a nerd in high school and he plays the nerd role now, so it's like at least you're consistent with your nerdiness. Whereas Seacrest was like being something that he's not. Like,
yeah, he's
we know
trying
where you
to
came
be
from,
like he still feels like that guy. Like he still feels like the fat nerdy kid, and so he's like, they're never gonna catch on to me because I'm playing this role now so well of the jock.
Yeah.
It's just sad.
But that Met Gala shit, don't get me wrong, if I was fucking rich as fuck and they invited me to that shit, I'd probably wear a fucking dick hat on my head or some shit like that to get in magazines. So I'm probably hating a little bit, but like that shit, that award show is a little bit too, whatever the fuck it is. Do they present awards or do they just
know, man.
walk on a runway and then walk away?
All I've seen is the fucking pictures on the carpet going in.
That's what I see too. I mean, it's not televised.
They could literally sacrifice a child in there, and none of us would know.
I swear they could. They fucking walk, they spin, they show their obnoxious out. Because those outfits are so huge.
They're so stupid.
How do they even stand next to each other or sit next to each other if they're actually doing some shit inside the building?
And then I see people like fucking like Cardi B and Nicki Minaj, and I'm like, why do you even want to be there? Like, you're supposed to be cool like rappers.
Yeah, well, they're just trying to stay relevant and shit like that. Yeah. I mean, like, but for real though, the dresses that they wear is like, it's like a whole block. Like
some of them are long as fuck.
I don't know how they maneuver around the fucking venue.
I don't know either, but all I know is all the women who wear those dresses, what they're screaming is, look at me, look at me, look at me. They're just screaming it from a fucking...
And what they're really saying to their people when they're getting done up, which probably takes 40 hours to get done up, is probably just like, I really just want to be wearing some... I'm guaranteeing this shit. 1 year at the Met Gala, whatever the fuck it's called, they're just going to wear some sweatpants and like some regular ass shit. And people are going to say it's the most trendy, fashionable shit. Like no dresses, no suits. Like there's going to be a trend where it's just some sweatpants and a tee. Like you rolled out of bed.
Yeah, well, everything that has come into style that shouldn't have come into style anyway. So I don't see why not with sweatpants.
Yeah, they're just going to be like, oh, look at her. She's wearing this baggy sweatpants with a
Kanye sold them for $3,000 a pop.
No, but that's gonna be a style one year because they have different themes. So it's gonna be like relaxed in your apartment.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But the theme was like it was some religious theme or some shit like that. And they
Yeah,
said
some
Mitt
Catholic
Romney was
theme.
there.
Mitt Romney was there. Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
supposedly he bought his tux off of like Amazon or some shit like that, and they were praising him for that. But then they're like,
Because he's trying now that he's running for office, he's trying to be the everyman.
yeah, but like, why are you trying to be mainstream? Like, get out of there. Like, you have no purpose in being there.
Did you see the other day? I think we might have spoken about this the other week on the podcast, but he was doing an interview and he basically said randomly like, my favorite meat is hot dog. My people think I like steak. No, I don't like steak. I like hot dog, and my second favorite meat is hamburger. Like he's trying
like,
so
down to
hard
earth.
to be down to earth, yeah.
Oh,
And it's like, dude, everybody sees what you're doing, man. Everybody sees what you're doing.
yeah, you could tell when someone like
He's just obviously faking it.
Trump when he eats his pizza or some shit like that, like trying to be authentic, but then he'll pull out like a fork and knife.
Oh
or
yeah,
some
didn't
shit
he
like
eat
that.
it like fork and knife backwards or
Someone
something?
had a
That's
fork
pretty
and
funny.
knife, or he went to like Famiglia's or whatever, the most like
Yeah.
fucking chain pizza place ever.
Yeah, Sparrows.
Sbarro's or some shit. Yeah, like come
Although
on.
that
Dude.
shit doesn't, even though it's different, it doesn't taste bad. I don't mind it.
No, it doesn't taste bad, but like
It's
you're
not some.
trying to show
It's not some New
authentic
York
near-
pizza. Yeah,
Yeah, like you want a good burger? I got a spot. It's called Mickey
Yeah.
D's.
it's
Like,
gotta. Yeah, exactly. Son, let me tell you, I randomly had this urge this past week. Even though I've always been a fucking like a night person, I kind of want to try to become a morning person in terms of like when I wake up.
Mhm.
What's your schedule like in terms of like what time do you wake up? How do you feel when you wake? Like,
I've always been a morning person. Like I'm okay with if you tell me like, oh, you got to get up at 4:30, 5 o'clock. I could just get up.
So 4:30, 5 o'clock.
Yeah, I mean, tomorrow I get up at 5 o'clock to go play ball at 7:30. But I know some people. I mean, you've always been a late like
Always.
sleeper, but I got another friend who like he can't get up in the morning. Like you could eventually get up, right?
It depends what time you're talking about.
Like
But
7 o'clock or some shit like
I
that.
mean, if I had to wake up at 7, I would have to plan for it. Like I'd have to force myself to try to go to bed like 3 or 4 hours earlier than I normally would.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I could do it. It's some mornings suck because it's just like you're so comfy in bed. Like bed is just like the comfiest place.
But
and
then
like,
once you're up and you're going, you like the fact that you're up.
once I'm up and going, yeah. But then it's weird because on Sundays when I could sleep till infinity,
You wake up
I
at the
can't-
same time.
I wake up at the same
Yeah.
time.
Well, what
I'll
time
watch
do you go to
TV for
sleep
half an hour.
usually?
Probably like 10:30, 11, some shit like
10:30
that.
or 11. Okay.
Yeah.
So you go to sleep pretty early and you wake up pretty early usually.
Yeah, I'm getting like a decent amount of sleep, but it just sucks. Like on Saturday or Sunday when I can sleep till whenever, I'll wake up at my normal time, maybe a little later, like an hour later at 8 o'clock or something like that. I'll watch TV for like an hour or 45 minutes, and then I'll fall right back asleep. Like I'll nap
Okay.
till 12 o'clock or some shit like that.
See,
That midday nap is crucial.
yeah, I've never been a napper. That's another thing. I've
Oh,
never been a
you're
napper.
missing out.
Whenever I sleep, it's like I start sleep. If I fall asleep, you bet your ass I'm going to be asleep for at least like 5 hours.
Oh, serious?
Yeah. Like
Yeah, you need to get napping into your routine because that's a blessing.
I've never been able to just sleep for a little bit and then wake up and then feel right back to normal. Like if I sleep and then I
It is a
wake up, I
strange
just want to go
concept.
right back to sleep.
Yeah.
But I have a friend who has always used to have a schedule like me, where I fall asleep maybe at 12 or 1,
Mm-hmm.
and then I wake up at like,
That's late.
and then
That's
I wake.
what's throwing you the fuck off.
No, but I always wake up at like, maybe 9:30.
Oh, okay.
So, I've always been like that, and usually on days where I don't have to get up early, I'll wake up early. For me is like 9:30. We'll sleep till like 10:30. But my friend used to sleep like that too, and then he randomly became a dude who Like, he forced himself to start getting up, like, early on a regular basis, like 5:30 or 6 type shit, and then go to sleep, like, pretty early. And he said ever since he made that change, he actually feels better. And they were saying how people who are night owls like me, that actually you die younger if you're a night owl. But it's a chicken or the egg type situation, though, because is it that I'm predisposed to be like that, like a night owl, therefore I'm going to die earlier anyway? Or is it because my sleep schedule is like that is unhealthy? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the sleep schedule that leads to the unhealthiness.
Yeah, every time there's an argument with, like, you'll die younger because of this, it's just like, it's like
with coffee or wine, there's a new study
so much
every week.
Shit. Yeah, like every beer you drink reduces this amount of years off your life. Like, shut the fuck. Like, there's nothing that you could die however, you know, like the people who live the longest, they do like articles on them, and they're like, oh, I took a shot of whiskey every day, or I used to drink a Dr. Pepper every single day.
A lot of them do have
like,
weird shit like that.
They're doing like something weird, you know, where it's like, I wouldn't think you could drink soda every day and still live till 120, you know, like
a lot of them do the alcohol thing.
There's no fucking rhyme or reason to, like, I'm sure you're sleeping maybe in some way will affect something, but like,
no, but I'm not even interested in doing it just for the health benefits. If there are health benefits, because I really don't know if there are. But I'm interested in doing it because I'm curious what it feels like. Because I don't do it a lot.
Yeah, I mean, well, you should try. I mean, I know when I eat healthier, I feel better. You know,
eating healthy,
and
me
I perform
too.
better.
Yeah.
But
sleeping
ball or
like that,
shit.
if I'm getting the same hours of sleep either way, then will it? Because I remember there was one time recently I had to do it. I forget why, but I woke up early and I was outside. Like, when the sun was coming up. I was like, God damn, that shit looks fucking beautiful. Like, it gives off a kind of light that I never see, because you bet your ass, if the time is 7 o'clock in the morning, 100% of the time I'm sleeping at 7 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
So, like, if I'm actually up at 7 once, it's like, and I look outside, I'm like, I've never seen the world lit up like this exactly. Like, I've seen it with the sun on the other side of the sky like this, but never in this position.
So you think it, like, puts you in a better mood?
No,
like,
I'm just
I think there could be
curious.
something rhythmical or something greater. Whereas if you're waking up the same time as, like, the sun's rising, you know, it's like you're just more in tune with.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, maybe
shit.
that's the case. Maybe that's maybe there's something there that I don't realize.
Could be.
That if I do it for a week, I'll be like, damn, I was missing out the whole fucking time. You know?
Yeah, I think if there was a study done of people who wake up earlier with, like, the sun rising, you can't go to sleep when the sun sets, because that would be like fucking 6, 7 o'clock at night, you know? But like 9 o'clock or something like that, like when it's fully set.
Like, you are up most of the time when you're up, the sun is out. For me, it's like 50-50 sometimes, you know?
And when you're waking up, that shit's been out for a minute already. Like, it's already doing damage.
Yeah, that shit's been out for a minute when I wake up. I mean, there are times I sleep
with
till
rays
fucking
coming
11,
through your window and shit.
11 or 11:30 sometimes I sleep too. Like, when I don't have to do something, 11 or 11:30, you wake up. And if you wake up at 11 or 11:30 in the winter in New York, when the sun sets at fucking like 4:30,
you're probably feeling miserable then.
Yeah, like, and you're supposed to get sun. Like, you're supposed to get that.
Yeah, but we used to say when we would fucking, like, when I used to sleep over at your old crib in the basement, that shit was pitch dark.
It was so nice to sleep in
we
that.
We had no, you know, sun hitting us or anything like that. So we would get banging ass sleep. When we used to go outside, it would almost be like the sun would hit us, and it would almost be like the shit just rose, because you'd be like, oh, like we just got out of prison or something like that.
I have a distinct memory of, I think it said 5 o'clock or 4 o'clock, but whatever. I woke up and I looked at the time, and I literally didn't know if it was that time in the morning or that time in the afternoon.
Yeah, that's happened to me so many times.
Like, what the fuck is going on here? I don't know what it is right now.
You're confused for like probably 10, 20 minutes or maybe even longer.
I woke up, looked at it, And I was like, I don't know if this is the afternoon or really early in the morning. And I just went right back to sleep. I remember that. Yeah, that basement was something else, man.
That's happened to me before. It's been like 9:08, and I'm just like, is it? What the fuck? And then I'll hear like my stepfather something like, come for dinner, and I'm like, whoa. I thought this could have been like 9:08 in the morning or some shit.
Oh my god.
But yeah, funny. I would try that for a little bit because I think you would feel better if you woke up at more of an early time. But then again, I hate going to sleep early because all good TV shows are on at fucking night.
That's the other thing. It's not like there are no sacrifices to doing that. It's like there's something about that late when you're up late night and like you feel like the world is sleeping and you're the only person that's awake at night and your mind is fully functioning and you're not even necessarily that tired yet. There's something nice about that when, like, you're watching something on TV and you're like, I could be the only motherfucker. Like, fucking, there are times when it's really late and you're like, fucking 85% of people are asleep right now.
Yeah.
At least in the near area, of course.
That's like when the Warriors are playing the second game tonight.
That game starts at like 10 or 10:30?
10 or 10:30. So, like,
yeah.
The end of NBA on TNT.
Yep, is super
that's
late.
When shit starts getting weird, and it's like they're probably like no one's walking.
And it's always the best. Anyway. Yeah, it's always the
best shit. That's why like when we make it to the end of our podcast, I'm always like, no one's listening to this shit anymore. But like that's usually when you get the raw shit.
Yeah, that's usually when we're saying crazy shit. Yeah. Speaking of that, that's shit. I gotta check. What time? Is there a game on right now?
Yeah, Houston's playing Utah. It's a good-ass game, too.
I've had on SmackDown in the background.
Oh, that's good, too.
I'm feeling the playoffs, though.
Yeah.
This is a close game.
Yeah. And you've always fucked with Houston for some reason, ever since, like, McGrady
yeah, ever since the McGrady. It's the Nuggets and Houston I've always had as backups to the Knicks.
Yeah.
Back to the McGrady era, and then back to when the Nuggets had the most hood team of all time. With Allen Iverson, Carmelo Anthony, Kenyon Martin...
Birdman,
Marcus Camby, Birdman, who probably has since been found guilty of like pedophilia or some shit. J.R. Smith.
Yeah, they had a fucking team.
Oh, Rockets lead 3-1.
Yeah, it's about to be over there.
Utah was what seed were they? They were probably 5, something like that.
No, they were the 8th seed.
Oh,
right?
Shit! So they got through the first round?
Yeah, they beat the OKC, Carmelo. Yeah. Oh no, they weren't the 8th seed. Sorry.
Does Carmelo just make every team suck more? Because that's what it looks like.
Pretty much. And he's stubborn now. They asked him to go to the bench, and he was like, "No, I'm not doing that shit."
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of other players learned how to make everybody around them better. Like LeBron learned how to make everybody around him better.
Yep.
Steph Curry and fucking
James Harden too, and to an extent.
And Klay Thompson and James Harden, yeah. Like they all make everybody around them better. And then there's Carmelo Anthony, who somehow makes everybody around him worse.
Yeah. Fucking hate him.
Yeah.
Well, I don't hate him, but a lot of people hate him.
Yeah, no, I was happy when we got rid of him. I felt like
I had to cut my grass the first time this fucking weekend.
In how long? Oh, the first time all year?
Since it was nice out.
Shit. How cold has it been there? It's probably been pretty cold there compared to here.
It hasn't been cold. It's been like 60s, 65s, but like not enough to really get out there and cut the lawn.
I got you.
But this weekend was finally like nice, and the grass was a little long. And it was a fucking pain in the ass because my lawnmower, I had to put new gas in that shit.
And now how often do you have to do it?
Probably like every 2 weeks or something like that.
And that's going to get a little annoying.
It just so I mean, like cutting the grass isn't bad, but like the worst shit is like taking the lawnmower out of the garage when the shit fills up with grass, like having to put all the grass into a garbage bag.
Oof.
Like just the unnecessary shit. Like I don't mind cutting the grass. And then I got this one bush in my backyard that fucking I think I'm allergic to because it like gives me all these spots on my hands every time I touch it.
Ooh.
I gotta like be careful when I fucking go past that shit. It's some prickly shit.
Do you take? I take Claritin. I've been taking that a little bit.
No, but you've said your allergies have been bad, right?
On and off, I get them. Some years I don't get anything. Some years I get it bad.
Yeah, it's weird how that shit works. I don't really get allergies that much, but I get allergic to a lot of stuff, which is weird.
When I was a kid, I was allergic to apple and Eve apple juice. Where
Really?
yeah, what would happen is my mom used to give it to me in like 6th grade. She used to give it to me for my lunch, and I would drink that, and then every day I would come home and my legs would be itchy as fuck. Like soup, all I would do was sit there and scratch my fucking legs over and over and over to the point where they were like chafed and red, and it was bad. And then we finally were able to figure out that it was the apple and Eve apple juice. We tried to figure out like what the fuck was causing it. And that, to this day, that's the only thing that I'm allergic to.
That's what? So can you drink like Mott's apple juice?
Mott's is fine.
That's crazy.
It is crazy. That's the one thing that has ever made me have that reaction. So it's some ingredient in apple and Eve. I think I tried to figure it out one time. Like we tried to figure out what ingredient it was.
Yeah.
Couldn't figure it out.
Are you allergic to any other foods or anything?
Nope.
Yeah, neither am I.
My sister's husband is, and then in his family it runs. But like, you know, there are some allergies out there that are no fucking joke, man. Like peanut allergies and shit.
My stepfather, I mean, he's later on told us, we used to think he had a really bad, like he was allergic to chocolate. Mm-hmm. But then he later on just told us that I think he just really doesn't like chocolate. And the same thing with tomatoes. I think he says he remembers when he was younger one time having a tomato and he thought his throat was closing up. So now he tells everybody at restaurants that he's highly allergic to tomatoes. But he doesn't even really know. So for a prank, going back to pranks, one time my mom had like a rubber tomato. Uh-huh. She put it on like a hamburger of his, and he started spazzing the fuck out.
Oh my god.
She like made a hamburger or some shit and like put it in the middle, and he was like gonna go bite it and saw it and started freaking out.
I never heard of it. If that's a real thing, I don't even know. Have you heard of tomato allergy before?
Yeah, there's gotta be. I mean, like, you could be allergic to anything. I mean, like...
Isn't it crazy that some things we are all, and technically, like, allergic to fucking arsenic? You know? Like, there's shit that's poisonous to all people. But then there's other shit that is a delicious lunch for me or you, but could kill somebody. Like, if I have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, that shit tastes good. But if somebody else has peanut butter and jelly sandwich, they could fucking die. They could die.
Yeah, there's universal things like lead in your water. We're all gonna die from that shit.
Yeah.
There's nobody that is like immune to that.
Or fucking snake venom. If you suck on a cow's udder, you go, yummy, it's milk. If you fucking get bitten by a snake, you die.
Yeah. But then there's some weird people out there. Like David Blaine was on The Daily Show. Mm-hmm. Like he could put a needle through his fucking hand. I can't do that.
Can he though, or is that just a trick?
No, he really does his shit.
You sure? How do you put a fucking needle through your hand?
He fucking had the needle, had Trevor Noah bang it on, and then like put it through his shit, and like you see it pierce his skin. Like there couldn't have been some like optical illusion with that shit. He does actual weird shit. Like his magic isn't like card tricks. His magic is like, I'm going to fucking chop my dick off and, like, I'm going to actually chop my shit off.
But some of the shit I've seen him do, like, I think he was sitting in, like, a fucking freezer for, like,
he sat in Times Square in, like, a ice...
But, like, that shit it will kill a human being. There has to be some trick to it. Because that will kill a human being.
I think he's on some, like, the dude who's on Rogan, the Wim Hof guy or whatever.
I still don't know what's going on with that guy, man. I'm not sure I trust that motherfucker.
Seriously?
Yeah.
I feel like you could really train... You don't think you could train your mind to fucking... withstand like cold or
no? I think mind over matter is 99% bullshit.
Really?
Maybe 1% not, but 99% bullshit. Like you're not gonna will yourself out of hypothermia. That's not a thing. You get hypothermia when your body core temperature drops below a certain temperature. There's no willing your way out of that. That's like that's like when people say to depressed people, like just fucking be happy, man.
Yeah, no,
like, no, that's not how it works. That's not how it works. This guy thinks his mind is so powerful. I could do fucking anything, bro. Like, no, you can't. Shut the fuck up.
He would probably tell you that depressed theory, like that depressed person can change their mind, flip their mind thoughts.
Well, to be fair to him, I don't even know if he'd say that about depression, but he'd definitely say that about whatever the fuck he does, whatever cold fucking. he's built up a tolerance to being in cold temperatures. Like,
100%.
I'm sure there's human variability in, like if you train yourself, you could probably be in colder... Like, if you take somebody who lives in fucking Alaska right now, and then you have me, and then we have a contest as to who can stay in cold weather the longest, that motherfucker's gonna win. So, like, you could train somebody to be better at something like that. But at a certain point, motherfucker, you're going to get hypothermia. Just by the same token, if you're standing in fire, you know, at some point you're going to start to burn to death.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I mean, like, I look at it as like when I do CrossFit and like I'm like I can't breathe anymore. I have to stop working out. But there's so many people, the top people that are doing the same shit as me, but yet they're not tired and they can go much longer through their lung capacity and shit like that.
Probably built up their endurance more by doing it more. So, like, you know, it might be your third time there, and meanwhile they're on time number fucking 25 this year, so they've just done it more like that.
Yeah, so maybe he figured out he could sit in an ice box for fucking 24 hours before hypothermia like kicks in or some shit like that.
Like, I mean, the idea of, like, I don't want to sound too defeatist. Like, when I said mind over matter is 99% bullshit. Not 99% bullshit. 90% bullshit. Because, like, yes, it is true that if you dedicate your mind to something and you practice and you, like, force yourself to do the same thing over and over until you get better at it or whatever, you're going to get a lot better at it. You're going to get a lot better at it. But I'm just talking about the mind over matter shit where it's, like, people acting like they're immune to certain fucking things that all humans universally experience. That's what I'm calling bullshit on.
That's true. Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
there's got to be some...
Like faith through healing and shit like that.
Yeah,
like you can heal yourself by just telling yourself you're okay.
Yeah, you can't. Don't even fucking try. Like, because I remember... I've told the story on the podcast before. It goes to show you the kind of person my dad was. My dad told me a story, and I was like, why would you even share this? It makes you sound like such an idiot. He got his wisdom tooth pulled. And he didn't fill the prescription, and like the painkiller prescription, and he was like, I'll be all right. Like, the second the fucking Novocaine wore off, he was like crippled over crying.
Sure.
So it's like that's how a lot of people. There's a name for it. What the fuck's it called? Oh, Dunning-Kruger effect, I think. Dunning-Kruger effect. This is a little different than Dunning-Kruger because it's about, like, pain and sickness. But usually people feel like they're better at some really hard task than they are if they know nothing about that task. Like, in other words, if somebody who doesn't play golf watches golf on TV, they'll be like, I can fucking do that. Or if somebody, perfect example, somebody watching a fight, a UFC fight or something, or somebody watching a boxing match, and they're sitting at home and they're on like beer number 6, and they're like, I could fucking fuck up Conor McGregor, man. I could fuck him up, man. Like, that's the shit that happens most of the time with people, is that they overestimate their ability.
Yeah.
And and you think mind over matter is a thing that's like a concrete rule and you could do it if you really just fucking focus on it. But then when you're actually in the situation, it's like, damn, I was fucking wrong. Like, no. Like, I can't fucking override this feeling of my fucking tooth that just got pulled.
Yeah, I mean, like, reality like strikes in where you'll get, if you try to do that boxing match against Conor McGregor, you get punched in your fucking face.
Yes.
Or try to go on the golf course, you can't hit the ball straight or something like that.
Yes.
I mean, like, there's reality too, which is to your point.
Son, did you know it took me fucking like 2 months to pay a ticket that took like 2 seconds to pay? Because I'm just that stupid. Like, every day I'd be like, I gotta pay that ticket, and then I just wouldn't pay it. It was a parking ticket.
Oh, because I got that shit too with Easy Pass. I gotta call them because... How
much is that?
It's probably like $400 now, but it's just like $1.20 toll. Yeah, because it's their fault that the fucking light didn't go off, but now it's a hassle because it was like with my wife's old car where she had different plates on it, so I got to call them and ask if like they have like. I just don't want to do it.
Yeah, I don't want to do any of that. I'm getting anxiety just hearing you talk about that shit.
I'm gonna call eventually. They're gonna be like, "You owe us $97 million." Like, please pay right now by card or check.
Okay, let me give you the results of the polls here. I while we were talking, I also did the WCW versus WWF versus ECW poll.
Oh, okay, good.
Okay, so as predicted, WWF crushed there, 65%. WCW got second with 22%. ECW got 13%.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
that's respectable.
And then, oh my goodness, look at what
Cool
happened
Ranch.
here. No, it was defeated.
What?
Nacho Cheese won 53% to 47%.
That's wrong.
Bernie would have won, man.
That's wrong.
Bernie Sanders just took down fucking Hillary
All those
Clinton.
motherfuckers know if they're going to the grocery store for a party, they're picking fucking Cool Ranch.
I'm not picking any Doritos, son. I'm going.
No, I mean, if the whole shelves are
Ruffles
just
in
blue
this
and red,
bitch.
you're taking Cool Ranch because you know people are gonna fuck with that more at the party.
I would guess that people would fuck with that more, but I like nacho cheese more. I do.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that's a different poll. I always switch the polls. If the poll was, what do you think people would fuck with more at a party? Cool Ranch might win.
Yeah.
Well, because people are gonna bring cheese dips and people are gonna bring fucking other dips and.
I think cheese doodles are overrated. What do you think of that?
Nah, I fuck with cheese doodles.
I think they're overrated. Like, I like Cheez-Its more than cheese doodles.
Cheez-Its are good too.
More than cheese doodles. Like, if I'm picking my cheese snack,
What are the puffy ones or what?
that's cheese doodles.
And then what are
Then there's crunchy cheese doodles.
Oh, okay, the crunchy. Those are good too.
I'm not as big a fan of crunchy cheese doodles or regular cheese doodles, but
regular cheese doodles I'm okay with.
I like the regular ones better.
Those cheese fries
are pretty good. I like those. The Cheez-Its I think the best of the cheese fucking.
Onion rings are my go-to though, but I hate onions.
Well, you talking about onion rings or Funyuns?
No, Funyuns, yeah.
Yeah,
Funyuns. Onion rings, yeah. But I don't like onions at all. I'll no onions on any of my shit. But Funyuns, that's
Funyuns are good. All junk food is just good.
I go, yeah, I know.
You can just sit there and just keep eating it, and you're just like, "Fuck, I'm getting fat right now." You just keep eating it. You're just like,
I fuck with those chocolate Hostess cupcakes with like the white shit on top.
Yeah,
like
those are good. But
it's got the hard top.
I always felt like they should taste better than they look. Like, they don't taste as good as they look. They look like they taste like the most delicious cupcake ever made ever. But then you eat it and you're like, that was okay.
I don't know. I think I eat them and I'm like, that was really good.
No, I eat them and I'm just like, it's okay. But I'm always like a little disappointed because it looks like the most delicious cupcake ever made.
Yeah, they're so good. But cheese doodles I'm okay with. I'm not as mad at cheese doodles as I am with cotton candy, because cotton candy, it just goes away. Cheese doodles, at least you get the cheese residue. Cotton candy is just
does just kind of go. It's like you just put sugar in your mouth and that's it.
Yeah.
Turns into sugar. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. On that fat ass note, we love you guys.
I got one more bone to pick. Can I pick it real quick?
Yeah. Pick that bone.
I'm not mad at her for doing what she's doing, but it's a little fucked up that Stormy Daniels gets to be on fucking SNL.
No, don't hold back, son. Here, I'll quadruple down on what the fuck you're saying.
She's on the show because
she's turning into a star. If you really felt some type of way about what happened with you and Donald Trump, you wouldn't have done it for this reaction. You wouldn't have wanted to get media spotlight and become like, go on SNL.
Yeah.
Like you would be going through this experience through gritted teeth and be like, fuck, everybody knows all my shit. But like, no, you are basking in the fucking spotlight. And that does delegitimize what your grievance is.
Yeah.
Because you're obviously enjoying this experience.
Yeah.
So it's almost like it's a fucking net positive for you.
Yeah. I mean, I'm okay. I'm okay with her being out there because anything against Trump, I'm okay with. Like, cool, do your thing. But like people that try to say that like women that are good-looking women don't have a better shot of or opportunity for things like she's on SNL because she's pretty, like because she slept with the president.
No, it's not because she's pretty. It's because she slept with the president.
But that got her there because she was pretty, like. There's people that work women and men that have worked their whole lives to try and be on SNL, and like.
I don't agree with you on this point because like she tried to she fucked Trump because Trump acted like, I'm gonna put you on The Apprentice.
Yeah, true.
And then she fucked Trump, and then she wasn't put on The Apprentice.
Yeah.
So, like, she had to fucking suck his old tiny-ass dick and got nothing for it.
Well, she got 130,000.
After her fucking family got threatened. Like, don't get me
that's
wrong.
true.
Like, I'm just against... I don't like how... So, since she was on SNL, it's now becoming this, like, cultural thing. Like, Stormy Daniels is... It's like a movement, almost. And I feel like that's taking up... Like, that is being discussed more than any serious political issue. And, like, the Democrats focus on it. And it's like the media focuses on it. That's what I'm mad about. And I'm mad that she seems to, like, be enjoying it. Yeah. But I'm not... That's not me saying that, like, I'm siding with Trump. Because Trump lied to her and said, I'll put you on The Apprentice. And he didn't put her on The Apprentice. And her story checks out because there's apparently a lot of verification for it. The fucking threatening of her daughter and her. It's like, you know, they basically threatened her. Don't release this information or whatever.
Yeah, we wouldn't want to see anything happen to your daughter or some shit like that.
So, like, Trump is a fucking scumbag, like, wannabe mafia boss asshole. So I have no sympathy for him. I just don't like how it seems to get more... The Stormy Daniels issue seems to get more coverage than, like, climate change or income inequality or whatever. Like, all these issues. Like, today they pulled out of the Iran deal. I'll do a segment on that, of course, for my next show. But, like, that's the fucking... That's the problem to me. I don't think she...
that's fucked
she's
up
pretty,
that they're not talking about... Well, no, but I think also people that look better have better opportunities for things. You know, like someone who's intelligent but maybe ugly as fuck.
I agree with you, but I just don't think this is a good example of that, because I think even if she was ugly as fuck, SNL would have her on because she fucked the president.
Yeah, I guess
it's a big gotcha to the president.
Yeah, I guess so.
So, yeah.
Yeah, Monica Lewinsky got famous and she's not the best looking chick.
Yeah, but she didn't... I kind of feel bad for Monica Lewinsky.
Really?
Because she didn't want the spotlight, and then she got it. Like, she didn't actually do what she did for the spotlight. It looks like Stormy is kind of relishing in the spotlight now. Monica Lewinsky was, like, shamed by the entire nation.
That's true.
And to this day, she kind of has that fucking scarlet letter on her.
Yeah, she never really, like Stormy would take advantage of that shit. She wasn't on SNL talking about that shit, or like, well, I slept with the president. Like,
and also at the time, Monica Lewinsky was super young.
Yeah.
In fact, let me look that up. How
she was an intern, right?
Monica Lewinsky.
One show I watched, I think it was The Daily Show. They showed like a clip of Bill Clinton, and they were talking about how he used the cigar to do something on her or something.
Yeah.
You ever see the footage of him?
The footage of who?
Of Clinton, when they like tell him, like, you know, someone was asking him questions on it. I don't know if it was a hearing or something. They're like, Monica told us that you used a cigar to use as like a sexual, and his face was like it was the most funniest face ever, because he wasn't expecting him to like ask him.
She was 22 at the time.
Damn, and he must have been in his...
He was 49, she was 22.
Yes, that's wild. God, that was my only beef with Stormy, with just seeing her on SNL. Like stop a little bit, you know. Like, I mean, like, keep bringing the guy down, but like when you're not doing anything positive with it, then get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, agreed. All right, we love you guys, and we will talk to you soon, and enjoy the rest of your motherfucking day. I'm doing a long exit because I can't find the button I need to find. All right, peace, guys. Love you.